What's up? You got your boy Dyreck, aka Native Shades, reminding you to like and subscribe. Cause today we're gonna answer that age-old question: what came first, the chicken or the egg? Nah, but we're gonna answer the question: what's better, software or hardware? Well, let's talk about that. Now, I know some of y'all is probably like, oh man, Dyreck, this question again? They're both good. But believe it or not, most people rather one than the other. Now, I'm not saying any names, but sometimes in the comment section, a lot of times I have folks that come in and say, hey man, I love hardware, I don't deal with software. I can't stand holding a mouse and looking at a computer screen when I'm trying to be creative. While I have other folks that say, man, thank goodness for software. I don't know what the hell I would do without it. You know what I'm saying? Where could I find applications with such ease of use and for such a great price that lets me do basically everything? So let's talk about this for a second. So let's break it into 3 categories. You know, like remember Only Built for Cuban Links? Woo Gambinos? We gotta cut the pie 5 ways in the intro. Well, we're gonna cut it 3 ways, okay? So the first category is sound. Sound. I'm sorry, but you cannot beat the sound some of these hardware pieces produce. You have products like the SP1200 that produce a dirty, grungy, grimy sound. Sounds like some kid woke up in the morning getting dressed on a Sunday with his best church clothes, then just went outside and started playing soccer in the mud. That's how the SP1200 sounds like. You have analog synthesizers that basically changed music, like the legendary Prophet 5. Like, one thing about these hardware analog synthesizers was that whatever sound you get, that is your sound. If you turn the filter knob 20% to the right and the resonance knob 10% to the left, the sound you hear will not be the same sound. Like, let's say the guy next door, if he does the same exact thing, both of y'all machines are gonna sound different. Because the sound is being created by electricity running through the wires. So, you know, it could be a hot day outside and that can change the way the electricity flows. Or if you move the analog machine, it might change the way how the electricity hits the wires and the conductors and everything like that. While on a digital software application, it's really ran through an algorithm. So if your filter is 24,006 and it creates a certain kind of filter sound, if the next guy puts his on 24,006, it's gonna create that same sound. But I mean, to some folks, they're like, who cares? As long as the sound sounds good, I'm good. But to some other folks, that matters. The second category, which software kinda edges out hardware, is cost. Cost. Now, we all know in the day and even now, hardware gear costs money. The Fairlight cost over $30,000. The LM1 cost over $5,000. Even not too long ago, the Korg Oasis cost over $7,000. Let's face it, you had to have money to get these hardware pieces of equipment back in the days. And unless you was Scrooge McDuck, you really wasn't touching a lot of gear unless you knew somebody that had it that would lend it to you every now and then, or if you actually worked as a working producer or musician in an active studio, or if you sold crack rocks. These were the only ways that you can get your hand on some of these pieces of equipment. But when software came out, things changed. All of a sudden, the bedroom producer, the 18-year-old in his bedroom, could get a full-fledged production studio buying a software application like FL Studio or the MTV music generator. I think that was like $40 or $30 or something like that. You just buy the video game and you can just start creating your music on it. But yeah, hardware has always been expensive. But with the development of different DAWs and software application, it made music production accessible to everyone. And it's not like the software applications were trash either. These applications and the workflow they used made music production a breeze. Now, the last category is workflow. Now, workflow can go either way. Some people are real fast on software, while other people are more comfortable and quick on hardware. Certain folks, as far as workflow, loves the tactile feel of hardware. They love the fact that they can move faders and turn knobs and push buttons and everything like that. It just makes them feel actively engaged with the music that they're making. They say when they're on software, it doesn't feel the same. They're clicking a mouse, turning the knobs with the mouse could be a little difficult. Sometimes some people say they feel like they're navigating through their emails or something like that when they make music on software. While on the other hand, some folks love software. They say they love not having to carry a whole bunch of equipment around everywhere they go. All they need is their computer or even their iOS device like an iPad or something like that. Having the DAW right in front of you when you have all your plugins, all your sounds, everything right at your fingertips, clicking the mouse. They got guys out there that when they're working on their DAW and they're clicking their mouse, they look like Speedy Gonzalez. So with workflow, it can go either direction. I guess when it comes to workflow, it's whatever feels better for you. So what's your opinion? Software or hardware? What gets you going? What are you most creative on? So this is your boy Dyreck, aka Native Shades, reminding you to go down low in the description and get that MPC1 Hidden Strategies, where I'm giving you a free MPC 4000 sound library. It doesn't exist anymore. Over a gig of sounds. You know what I'm saying? Put that joint on your MPC1 and you are good. So this is your boy Dyreck, aka Native Shades, reminding you to like and subscribe. And I'm signing off.